Okay, I don't know if it's back or not, but literally my stream deck just crashed and it made everything crash. Like I can't use my main monitor at all right now. Like this is actually crazy right now. Like I can't use my main monitor at all. Fishing's got to go. That's actually crazy. My stream deck crashed and crashed everything. You ever heard of a stream deck crashing? Yeah, well, welcome to my life. And I'm sure we're gonna lose half of the people who were here. That's actually wild. Like, that's genuinely actually wild. That sucks. That really sucks, especially because like we had a bunch of people who would come in to lurk. Bummer. Real bummer. That's such a bummer. It's like I've streamed 2 times this week and both times something has gone wrong. Like I don't understand why the universe just doesn't want me to fucking play games. I'm so upset right now. This is the second time I've streamed 2 times this week. This is the second time this has happened. Like it always happens like right when like I start to kind of like pick up. My stream deck crashed and it crashed my whole stream. Like I've never had that happen before, ever. It crashed my whole stream. And like now half the people who are here are gone because they were all lurking. Like it's just like why is it always a huge fucking middle finger to me? Holy shit, what was that? Well, this sucks because it's a mage versus a mage. Bro. I don't know what that spell is right there, but that's ridiculous. I don't know what that spell is, but that's ridiculous. Game has no sound. Sure. What else can go wrong tonight? Thank you, Laws. It's there's really no point, honestly, but I do appreciate it. It's just kind of like It's just this. It's just what it's gonna be. I'm happy you're still here. Thanks. I was vibing and I was really having a great time. Like, I literally was like not even focused on like the stream, and I wasn't even really focused on like the numbers and everything. And then like my whole PC just went black and like everything just like freaked out. And then I got a thing that said like, oh, Stream Deck plugin exe stopped working or whatever. And my whole stream was gone. Like, what the fuck? Alright, I don't know what to do with this dude. Can I can't summon in here. It's an Everjail. Yeah, versus a mage versus a mage is tough. What is that? What is that spell? It's so stupid. A mage versus a mage is literally so dumb. Oh my god, I fucking hit it so many times. I wasn't even casting. If I was casting, it'd be different. I wasn't even casting. The fuck? Oh my god, this one is actually really annoying because like he's doing the same as me. He's doing the same as me. All right, let's use my thing first. See if I can sleep him. I just don't think he can be slept. Oh, he can. He can be. Oh, can he be slept? Are gonna go to sleep? Yeah, you are, dumbass. Go back to sleep. Okay, this is amazing on human enemies. Let's be real. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Oh, I cheesed the fuck out of that with the sleep. Oh my god, I cheesed that so hard with the sleep. Oh, that's so funny. It works so good. It works so good on human enemies. That was crazy. That was actually crazy. I want some of my garlic bread. So rude to not let them sleep. It wasn't rude when he was kicking my ass though, huh? That wasn't rude though, huh? Just a wee sweepy. Just a real sweepy. He's just a sweepy guy. You want a bite? Nom nom. It's garlic bread. Excuse me? Why is there an ass doll here? I love garlic bread too. I love garlic bread too. Are you guys guarding anything good? Probably not. I'm just gonna run for it. Wanna clip me with a fat piece of bread in my mouth? I mean, you can clip whatever you want, but like, that's weird. Okay, so we've like reached back to like where we were before. It's funny looking. Now you're the weird one. Listen, I said you can clip whatever you want. I just said it was a little weird. That's all. Just a little on the creepy side, you know? Just a little creepy. Whoa, who's here? Someone aggroed to me while I was looking at my map. Hey there. Let's try. You're no creep? Creep. And I'm the down low. And nobody's supposed to know. I don't know the words to creep. I'm sorry. I actually did used to know them. And I creep. Yeah. A ham sandwich? Are you gonna bring me one? A Philly cheesesteak? Listen, guys, there is this place nearby that does cheesesteaks, and they're open overnight. I could cheesesteak so hard right now. I'm on my way. What's stopping you? The fact that I'm not really hungry. Cheesesteak just sounds really good right now. Like, yeah, I would eat it if it was in front of me, but like, it doesn't really need to be. Thanks for the runes, whatever that was. What is mohgit? Oh, I'm doing a randomizer and mohgit was moog. So I put them all together. That's cursed? Godric was, Mesmer. This whole randomizer has been very cursed. Loretta was just, Metter. That was kind of cursed. Knocking the big ones out of the way? I know. I'm waiting to, like, go into some random cave and just have it be, like, Melania or something. Wait, I didn't hear your answer. My answer to what? Why I'm not getting a cheesesteak right now? Is that what you're talking about? My answer was pretty boring. It was that, like, I don't really necessarily need one. Like, I'm not really hungry. Like, I'm snacky, but I'm not really hungry. Like, I could get one. I could order one. But there's really no need. Oh, wait. I'm going the wrong way. Hold on. Let me reset their aggro real quick if I can. Fire Giant randomized could lead to some real content. So, when I was doing my practice... Thanks for the follow. When I was doing my practice run, Fire Giant... I hate... God, I hate those DLC worms so bad. Like, how are you aggroed to me from so far away? Anyways, when I was doing an offline practice run, Fire Giant was phase 1 Renala. So, like, Fire Giant was, like, in the entire Raya Lucaria library. Radagon was Margit. Let me see. I can't really remember any of the other ones, to be honest. But then when I tried to do a randomizer, I tried to beat the whole game in one sitting on Christmas. Randomized. And Fire Giant was phase 2 Midra and phase 2 Consort Radon was my Fire Giant. And then my Malekith was phase 1 was the Valiant Gargoyle duo, and phase 2 was Elden Beast. So that I've had absolute cursed randomizer runs. Absolutely cursed. Please, 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 please don't give me the sign. There we go. Got the tree. I hate you. I hate you. Stop. Stop. Damn. I hate these things so much. Whoever added these cursed fucking worms, go to hell. Those worms are so cursed. Mohg being number 1, yeah. So yeah, so I had Mohg as Margit, so it was literally like the first boss. I had to go all over the place and get runes and level up because that was just like not happening. Yeah, Valiant Gargoyle also sucked. Oh, there's just a dragonkin over there. That's cool. Just a little dragonkin soldier action. That's fine. Is there anything in here? Yes. Somber 2. I still need a Somber 1. This game has not given me a Somber 1. What was Grafted Scion? Oh, Grafted Scion was actually kind of boring. It was just like the duelist. Like the rotten duelist with like the little pot friends. Wasn't very exciting. Wasn't very exciting, but they can't all be exciting. What's Somber 1? Okay. Let's see what we can upgrade with a Somber 1. I think I need a Somber 1 for my sword. My sword. Do I want to? I gave it up so early, but I do have Euphoria. And this one, the Dragon Hunter Katana has really been carrying me, but I like the Sword of Saint Trina because it has the sleep. So I think I'm gonna upgrade the Saint Trina sword, actually. No, let me bring the thing, the bell bearings. You're so cozy. Cozy. You haven't actually finished Elden Ring? Just beat Melania for the first time? Let's go. Melania's a tough one. Melania's a tough one for sure. I feel like this is like not terrible, but I just like there's so many more important things that I need. You know? Alright, well, how close am I? I think I'm probably really close to a level up. I need 1,000. I need 1,100 more. There we go. Just one. Alright. What's up, Ensha? Okay. We'll level up. Level up. Level up, level up, level up. Alright. And then I should have nothing left. Okay. Okay. 5 days and 137 attempts with rune level 80, no armor, no shield, and no summons. I wanted it to be a challenge. That's crazy. I don't think I ended up... So it took me 2 hours. I remember it took me 2 hours. I don't remember how many attempts that was, but it took me 2 hours worth of attempts, 2 hours worth of trying. And I think I started off summoning, and I believe I stopped summoning because her aggro would, like, just bounce between, like, me and, like, Tish, like, so much that I was just like, I'm not gonna summon anymore because I just need her to focus on me so that way, like, she's not just gonna, like, completely just change her aggro and, you know, completely screw me up. Alright, let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of all of you. And then we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. And I don't have any 4s. Okay. Okay, it's fine for now. Alright, so we have to go... We were working... Oh, yeah, that's right. We were working our way towards the academy. Because I got the key. Church of Vows is not very far. I might try to go to the Church of Vows real quick. See. Because I literally have no physic tears. I have no physic tears. The only physic tears that I've come across are 2 that I do not need. There's the lightning tier, which I don't have lightning damage. I have sleep damage. And then there's the Twiggy tier, which is, like, fine. But it like, helps you, like, not lose your runes. But it's, like, you have to time it so, like, efficiently and stuff. Wait, isn't this... No, it is this way. Okay. I know hit phase 1 3 times in a row before I beat it. Took so long to beat that. I learned it so well. Yeah. Phase 2 destroyed you. Yeah. Yeah, I did pretty decent, except for waterfowl. I just, like, if I couldn't get away in time, like, if you couldn't, like, get distance in time, I just, like, I just couldn't dodge it. I never got the timing of dodging waterfowl. I would just try to, like, outrun it. Getting in my car. Okay. See you in 45 hours. JK, but not really. I honestly, like, I'm not even gonna bullshit. I don't think that I have, like, no hit a single boss in this game. I've, like, gotten pretty close, or I've gotten, like, 1 hit. Like Godric, I learned so... Like, I learned Godric a billion times because, you know, he's, like, the first shard bearer you have to fight in the game. And I've started this game with, like, so many people in, like, seamless co-op and stuff. Ooh, there's a crucible. I don't want that. It's just, yeah. I think Godric is probably my closest to being no hit. But even that is, like, a stretch. Muriel, hello!
Do you know how it came?
I don't know. Please tell me. Thank you. Can I learn from you?
I would if you find, unless in which case.
Yes. Okay. Crystal barrage. Giant golden arc. I don't remember that one really. Why is he blue? It's part of the randomizer. It like randomizes the colors too. Sometimes it's really weird.
She is great, sadly, and then
like sometimes they'll be like, it's like really like weird and off-putting, but it's yeah, it's part of the randomizer. I just never turned it off, honestly. All right, so we're going to Church of Vows. I guess, yeah, I guess we'll just start trying to push our way into the academy now. Because where else can we go? Oh, let's go see who's at this Erd tree. See if it's easy. See if it's easy. Because we ended up getting the tree sentinel that was at the last one. Let's see. Oh shit, this is the old, yeah, old ruins. I forgot. Character names, Fia would have some crazy voice lines. Oh, it does, so it does randomize their names, but only like in the sense that like, okay, so I just did, I did a tree sentinel at one of the avatar locations. So it said like avatar sentinel. So like it does like put their names together randomized, and it does randomize NPCs, their clothes. So like sometimes you can like see their face, like you can see like Nefeli's face, and you can see like Gideon's face because they have like different stuff on. It's kind of funny. Or sometimes they'll like get put in dresses, which I think is even funnier. See, like this one's red. It's randomized red. Let's see who this is. Oh, there's a Grace nearby. It would be funny though to like just completely just randomize the NPCs. But then it would kind of suck too, because you wouldn't know where to go for anything. Where's the tree? Oh. She's gonna have Alexander's child. Funny. Oh my gosh. Alright, who is this? Is it Wormface? No, it's another tree sentinel. I wonder why they got randomized the same. Yes, he says Erd Tree Sentinel. That's so weird that they both got randomized as Tree Sentinels. I've got a random ad on me now, too. Damn it. I knew I shouldn't have cast the second one. I shouldn't have cast the second one. I've got there. Why are there so many ads over here? And how come like, bro, why did all of the ads get aggroed over here? That's absolutely wild. That was a crab, one of the DLC fucking worms that stun you. That's crazy. I wonder if my summon did it. Well, no, maybe not. Maybe we're just close enough. That's crazy. Look at how dangerous this one is. That's wild. An RL1? I think that that's too much of a challenge for me, if I'm being totally honest. I just think that's too much. Like, I just don't have the skills for that type of run, personally. I have mad respect for anybody who can do it. Okay, you know what? You fucking... How did the crab get aggro? Yeah, this is not happening. This one... This is not happening at this level. That's insane. If I can't even move because of the frickin' crab, that's not happening. Alright, let's go. Let's work towards the, academy like we were doing before. Yeah, RL1 seems like a very rewarding challenge. I have several friends who have completed them. I personally just that's too much of a challenge for me. That's too much of a challenge for me. And also, I think I want to go back and play some of the older Souls games because I haven't. Honestly, this and like Lies of P and like I've played this, I've played Lies of P, I've played Code Vein, but I haven't actually played like a Dark Souls game. I want to go back and play them, but I also feel like I just need to wait for them to be like remastered or something to... Oh no, come on, I need whatever this gold is. Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh my god, I just need this gold. I just want the gold thing that's right there. Please let me pick it up. Like, I went over it like 3 times. Like, let me pick this shit up. Like, I don't want none of this heat. Go away. Nope, I don't want you. I'm already stuck. Cool. That's fun. Yep, That's fun. Who poisoned me? Oh, it's that flower right there. Well, I just like, what? I'm progressively getting worse as it's going on. Managed to get most of Dark Souls 3. I'm honestly, like, I really don't need it. Like, I do not need it in any sense of the word. I don't need it. But PlayStation 5s are, like, super cheap now, and I'm like, but what if? Oh my god, it was just a glove fort. Like, I do not need a PlayStation 5, but, like, there are new games I could play. Like, I could play Demon Souls for the first time. I really need this, like, whatever's chasing me to stop. I think it's the guy on horseback. Oh, it's a bear. That's cool. I hate Sony's. Oh yeah, Bloodborne 2. Bloodborne, I think the aesthetic looks really cool. Okay, we have made it to the door of the academy. We have the key. I just hope it's the real key. Let's rest and reset everyone's aggro. But yeah, now that PlayStation 5s are like affordable, I'm thinking about grabbing one. But like I said, I really don't need one. The real key. I hope it's the real key. All right, let's go get this merchant here. Let's try to avoid these bugs. Aggro everything along the way. Yep, that's cool. Listen, sir, you're gonna have to talk like so fast.
Well, there's been how can I help?
What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? Why? Why do we have furnace visages here? I don't need them. Philia's concoction. Okay, well, that sucks. I don't need any of that. Please, fuck off. Fuck off. Like, Fia's Champion, does it spawn a boss for each or just a single boss? So Fia's Champion is its own, like, one set boss. So, like, I've had Fia's Champs be a boss. Like, I've had Fia's Champs, like, be Margit. And I've had, like, Fia's Champs be, like... So, when you get to where Fia's Champs are, it's just another boss. Like, it's just another one-phase boss. It doesn't give you, like, 3 random bosses in replacement of, like, the 3 that are Fia's Champs. Because the 3-phase Fia's Champs boss is, like, its own boss. So, like, I've had, like Fia's Champions, the Fell Omen. You know? But if I'm being totally honest, I've never even bothered to, like, go through that whole thing in a randomizer just because of how long they take. But if we continue to get, like, this completely cursed run like I have the whole time, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that we will even bother going to Deep Root. Oh my god, stop spinning! It spun my camera around like 3 times. I hate that. That sucks. I hate when it does that. God. It like doesn't know who to target, so it just like switches between targets, and it's like, no, please target who the guy. Please target the one in front of me. Please target the one in front of me. And it's like, I'm not sure. No, there's no more fishing, Wolfie. Everything crashed. I'm not even sure I'll use fishing anymore. I feel like that's also one of the reasons that my stuff's been lagging. Alright, let's not die this time. Such a fan challenge or a fun challenge? It can be. I've gotten really stuck in randomizers though. Like, when I did my when I did the randomizer on Christmas, one of the reasons that I didn't even end up finishing it, other than having terrible luck with Fire Giant and Malekith, one of the reasons that I didn't end up finishing it is because it took me 3 hours to find the Academy key. So, ooh, that sucks. So, there was a lot of, like, being stuck until I found the things I could, like, needed. Oh, no hands, no. 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 No! You were on the other side of the room! How did you aggro to me? Whatever, I'm right here. Whatever, I'm right here. Good. I'm right at the graze. Might try it if I ever figure out how to mod from games. I hate using DS Map Studio. You don't need to enter the academy though. No, I know, but the problem is when you have a randomizer, you still need like a certain amount of like great runes. So even though like Renala is not required and like Red Wolf of Radagon is not required to like beat the game, there's a chance in the randomizer that they might have a great rune. So like you kind of like really do have to try everything and everyone because you just, it's randomized, so you don't know who's gonna have the things you need or where the things you need are gonna be. So like, yeah, Renala's not required, but there could be good loot in there, or there could be a great rune in there. So, yeah. Because you still need one rune because it's randomized, because like they're not like the worst people in the world, you know, they're not gonna completely screw you over. But since it's randomized, you only need one great rune to get into Lanedell, but you still need 2 to like get to the final boss. So, you know, you really do end up having to kind of, yeah, great rune. They're not even great rune bosses are randomized. Like that right there could be a great rune. Like they are literally like completely random locations. Like the sacred tears aren't like where they normally are guaranteed to be. What was that? Oh. An Albanoric. I should have known with the rolling that it was an Albanoric. Stop moving. Nope. Do not hit me. Alright. Now I have to remember how to get up there. This way. This is probably a ghost glove ward though, because this run is cursed! Wait, where is it? Oh, it's right here. Alright, let's see. Oh, Remembrance of the Saint of the Bud. So that's 40k runes right there. Alright, so down here is the Abductor Virgin, but it's not going to be an Abductor Virgin? Are you kidding me? Okay, good thing I landed down instead of falling. Get Lord's Rune for 100 items. I mean, it's possible. I did not get any great runes until I got to Lanedell on my last one. And I literally just had to like just continue to go back and continue to go back and continue to go back. Yeah, bosses don't drop their own loot. Exactly. Why? Oh, thank God. This bitch does not like jumping. Like, literally, this bitch just, like, she's so anti-jumping. It's ridiculous. Alright, so I'm gonna guess that it's not gonna be an Abductor Virgin down here, but I wonder if dying to this enemy will still bring me to Volcano Manor. Our enemy drops? Yeah. Yep. It is an enemy and item randomizer. Okay, so this is supposed to be an abductor, but it's not going to be. Serpent God's curved sword. It's not like a terrible drop, really. So is anything down here at all? There's no enemies down here at all. There's got to be at least something down here to kill me. Oh, here. Can you kill me? Oh, wait, let me get this gold thing first. Oh, Radahn's helm. Okay, hey. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. No, keep doing that. I need to see if this will bring me to Volcano Manor. Come here. Why are you being a bitch? Come here. What the? He won't kill me! One more hit. Come on. Okay, now will this teleport me to Volcano Manor? Let's see. Yes! Okay. Nice. Good to know. Okay. So it will still bring you to Volcano Manor, even though it's not technically the abductor version down there. That's good to know. Good to know. Good to know. I hear somebody casting some magic, and I don't like it. Oh, it's you. Oh! Oh no, I do no damage! Oh no. Not good. Not good. Not good. I do no damage. Come here. One more. Oh, he almost went to sleep. Oopsies. Okay. Ooh. Sorry, don't mind me. Just coming through. It's so unintuitive, it confuses you. I can see that. I can see that. But yeah, like Laz says, it's really just kind of like trying to encourage you to like try new things and go places that you normally wouldn't and stuff. Yeah. Like I have done, this is like my second or third randomizer run now, and I just kind of, oh, that was very lucky. I kind of just like keep ending up doing sorcerer builds because they're just so fun and I just really like them. I don't know. So like, I'm not really the best example because, oh, that motherfucker got me in the end. Because like, yeah, I just want to keep kind of defaulting to the normal thing. The least stressful way? Sure. Can't take it too seriously? Yeah, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. And like, sometimes you get like completely screwed and you have like Mohg as your very first boss of the game and you basically have to spend the first 4 hours just completely like going off the normal beaten path that you would normally take and just leveling and trying to get better because like there's really, I hate those worms so much. I'm so glad these worms are only in one place in the DLC. Fuck, I hate them so much. They're all over my map in this stupid fucking randomizer. Anyways. Miss Metal! Thank you so much for the raid! Firekeeper team raid! Hi, Keepies! Welcome in. Let me, hold on. Let me go someplace where I can't die for just a second here. There we go. I think I cannot die here. Maybe, possibly. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for the raids. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How was Lies of P? I was actually just talking about Lies of P, how that was one of the only Souls-like games I've played other than Elden Ring. But welcome in, raiders. Thank you so much for being here. If you don't know me, hello, hi, welcome. My name is Krista, or Pinxel. Most people just call me Pink. I am a variety streamer, and I play kind of whatever I want. Lego games, Nintendo games, simulators, shooters, survival games, Souls-likes, and everything in between. Right now, I am doing a Elden Ring Randomizer. This is my second attempt on stream, but like my third or fourth attempt total of a randomizer. It's going absolutely cursed, so that's so fun. But if you don't mind, I do have a really quick video that I like to show when we get a raid, just to see if this is someplace you might want to hang out, get to know us, spend some time, see what we're about, what to expect, all that jazz. It's about 2 minutes long, but I hope you guys will stick through it, and I hope to see you on the other side. Hi there, friends. Are you a human being with disgusting bodily functions? Everyone comes here for the PPC, the peak poop content. I have poopies for you. I'm sorry that you didn't get to experience the butts. Look at that donk.
Why are you so excited for this?
Oop. And I died. Oopsies. You can't do anything with human meat, which is kind of boring. Put your clothes on. What if you just like collected a bunch of farts? My mom? Are you pooping? I'm a big girl. I do Mordors. No! Do you think he survived? This is literally. Let's go faster! I died. What do I do about this giant ball chasing me?
Chaos, come watch us.
I'm trying to make sure we don't die.
Why are you looking so close?
I wasn't. I just looked down because I could see it.
Oh my god.
It's still rolling.
Cannibal swinging at you, the moose is running laps around you. Don't give me that baby. Do you know where your children are? Will you show them to me, please, so I can beat them up? I don't like scary babies in video games. I don't like scary babies in real life. Maybe let's not say those things on my stream. Okay, have fun, bye! It'll save you hundreds of money on your car insurance by switching to doo-doo-poo-poo. I'm trying to make the poop. Go, bees!
Bees! Get the bees!
Oh my god! What is happening? Oh, I keep finding these boners. You can have your very own Greg. It's soup. It's soup. Where are the Vajujans? I just want to be beautiful like her. I am Cat. I can help you. He's totally dead. He's just standing there. Just because I was supposed to move him. I look like the kid from Stranger Things. You can go anywhere on Twitch, and this is what you choose to do with your time. Okay, game is done. Okay, thanks for coming. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. I'm trying to make the poop. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the follows. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Python, welcome in. Rajas, welcome in. I hope you all had a what? I just want you to know, all I did was pick up my controller, but I have the back buttons on here, so when I picked it up, I literally hit the button, but I survived somehow. That was insane that that just happened. But I'm in, wait. Now I'm actually in Volcano Manor. How did that happen? I bet you that is not supposed to be a thing. That's totally not supposed to be a thing. Snuck out of town early and made great time. Look at you. Is that a Noivern? No, it's a frickin' bat. It's a bat and it's annoying. All right, can I do that again? Like, I want to see if I can jump down there again and make it. Lava and Elden Ring. Won't kill you, just slows you down a little bit. Oh, okay, how come that time I didn't fall so nicely? I'm gonna die. Hey, heals, heals, heals! Holy smokes. Holy smokes! Okay. So I think we can go here. Bat. Go away, bat. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Alright, and then... Where did I go? This way, right? Yeah, this way. Okay. This way. Here's my stuff. Excuse me. Don't mind me, flower. Is the flower killing itself in the lava? Oh my gosh. This is my favorite Twitch stream on the Citadel. But the joke is that you say it for every single one. Looks like a Noivern when it's green. It kind of does, doesn't it? Alright, now. Ooh, oh god. Where did you come from, little man? Alright, leave me alone. Okay, now. I'm trying to think of, like, the best way to get back to a grace. say it on every Twitch stream that I watch. Every single this one. You really don't watch anybody else? That's so sweet. Keep it that way. I'm kidding. What if I... But what if? No, for real. There are, like, so many cool people out there. Like, I'm sure there are so many other people that you would like, right? Honestly. Honestly, no. I dodged too early on that. Oh, I have to go all the way back. Oh, bad dodge timing. Wolfie, I told you last time, there is no fish. Everything crashed. I swear. It's so much safer to go the other way. Yeah, I don't understand why there's so many DLC enemies. I really don't understand why there's so many DLC enemies in my randomizer. Baba that one time, and I think Jade that other time we rated her, but Def not. You know, what's funny is like Steph used to say the same thing. She'd be like, there's nobody else I watch, blah, blah, blah. And then like, now Steph like watches like so many other people. It's very funny. You son of a biche. Look at how much health I have. That's crazy. All right, we need to not be here. We need to be away from Bat. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. No, I said go to sleep. Okay, or dead. Or be dead. That's fine too. Nah. That's funny. Alright. I just need to remember, because this is Volcano Manor, but this is Volcano Manor like backwards. So like, where does this one go? There? Alright, let's try this one again. Well, let's see if I can not get annihilated by that dude. I screwed up my dodge timing and he just like one hit me. Good, he didn't even get to shoot. Alright, this is a boss fight. It's the Mimic tier. Oh, shit. Alright, I'm gonna take everything off. And then load in. And then let's see if I can, like, get enough stuff fast enough. There we go. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, I see them. Okay. Okay. Haha. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, me. Go to sleep, me. Go to sleep, me. Go to sleep, me. Oh my god, she's punching me. What did you throw at me? I don't throw. Don't drink. The punching is very funny. You got you baited. What are you throwing? I literally don't even have throwy stuff. Like, I don't have anything throwable equipped. Godskin Mimic tier, dead. Alright, what are you gonna give me? A string or something stupid? Noble's traveling garb, okay. Kinda useless. Kinda useless. I watch you and Gordon Ramsay and Rhett and Link reruns, and that's pretty much my life. Part of me wants to say that's sad, but the other part of me is like, look at me, I'm so special. You know. Garya, hello, welcome in. How are you? All right, let's see what we got. Raya Lucaria Soldier Ashes. Okay. Drinking beer? That sounds fun. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm making some progress a little bit at a time here with my randomizer. I'm doing okay. Your life is pizza rolls? Oh, I want some pizza rolls. What is that? What is that? Fire arrow. Waste of my time. Waste of my time. Alright, so... I guess we can go back to Raya Lucaria. Or we can continue up to Rykard and see who's in Rykard's spot. Oh. Sure. How about we, like, de-aggro all these bitches, huh? How about we de-aggro all those? Get a beer? I actually don't have any. It's too late. It's 3 in the morning. It's definitely too late to get one. Like, I'm meaning, like, go get one. Otherwise, I might have like a twisted tea or something. Actually, okay. Let's see. Run. 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 Ooh, fall down, please. No. Oh, oh my god. There's a crucible knight. No. Ugh. I did not even see the Crucible Knight. Like, I did not. Where even were they? I mean, they probably were right there. Like, they probably were right there, but I did not see them. Oh, I did not see them. Alright, let's see where they are. Oh. Alright, well, like, yeah, I guess he is there, but whatever. Alright, we're going. We're running. Oh, he's on me already. This is not a fun combination of enemies out here. With the sniper worms, the Miranda flower that can, like, do, like, the big AoE. And then the Crucible Knight. Oof. I hate them too. I hate them too. I avoid them, like, with everything in my being. Like, I hate them so much. Oh, that barely reaches. Cool. Maybe this is a little overpowered for me right now. Maybe we should finish going back through the academy. Like, this is like, I am not making any progress right now. But it's okay, I have a fast travel. I have a fast travel in Volcano Manor now, so that's fine. Let's go to Church of the Cuckoo. And Farm Missoula took all 14 of your flasks. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I hate all of them, honestly. Especially, like, the named ones. The named ones are super brutal. Like, Salernia down in, like, Deep Root Depths is pretty terrible. And then... What's the one? There's the new one in the DLC. That's pretty terrible, too. Oh, come on! I can't believe I got stuck on the environment right there. They were named. Yeah, there's a couple named ones, and they are the worst. They really are. You only have 95 hours in the game. Oof. So you said you just got to Melania, right? You just beat Melania. So so you did the Halig tree, and then you said you did Farm Azula. So like, where are you like in progress of like the actual main game? Are you just like in the Halig tree right now and you're gonna go back and like finish Farm Azula or finish Radabeast? Oh, I didn't need to do that whole thing. Oopsies. Well, the one good thing is that I'm not gonna be getting sniped with the what's the door? Which one of these is the door? I don't have Margit's shackle. We have Mohg's shackle right now. Mohg's shackle is smaller. One of these is fake. I don't remember which one. Oh, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. This is not good. This is really, really, really not good. Yep. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. This is so not good. Yep. That's a banished knight. That's a fucking Enir Ilim elemental knight and a bear. Not good. Not good. I haven't beaten Malekith. I don't like phase 1 at all. It's trash. Oh, the Beast Clergyman. Fortisax? Did you do Placidusax? So my first playthrough, I killed all bosses. I had a Google sheet, a Google checklist, and I killed all 165 base game and 37 DLC bosses. Do it so you can get rid of Frenzy. Fuck, 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 fuck. Alright. Alright. We're at Red Wolf. We're at Red Wolf. Who is this? Please be— oh, I'm begging you to not be somebody's shit. Radagon of Radagon! Radagon of Radagon! You're kidding me right now! Can somebody please take a clip of Radagon, please? Oh god. I might be here for a while. Radagon's a little tough for me. This movement's really crazy. Oh, I'm trying to heal too. He's heal punishing me. Yep. Okay. Thought I was far enough away. I guess not. Jesus Christ. I swear. Damn. Oh. Tapping up before yeah, well, I figured you've been out of it. You've been fishing, even though I told you 3 times that the fishing was turned off. I hate this run back so much. It'd be really nice if I could just not get hit on this run, so I can fight Radagon of Radagon in peace. Okay. I didn't know that explodes. Radagon, can you like just chill? You're not the final boss right now, okay? Ooh. Okay, okay. Okay. Dude, his movement is so bullshit. Oh. I got so greedy there. I tried to go for the crit and I got so greedy. Radagon of Radagon is deadagon. Oh, I have half of the Halig Tree medallion. That'll help me. Yeah. Yeah, that'll help me. God slain, I know. Radagon of Radagon. It's so dumb. I don't like the eyes. Usually I want to get rid of it. I'll get the ending of it. That is the only ending I have left to get. I've done the other... Well, technically I've done like 4 of the other endings, but I haven't done the Frenzied Flame ending, so I don't have that achievement. That's the last achievement I need, and then I have the Platinum. Radagon, oh Radagon. Okay, so now we have the run to Renala. Let's see who Renala is. Will it randomize the balls, I wonder? Like, will it not make the balls be the balls? Because that'd be cool. Renala, get it? I do get it, unfortunately. Nope, they're still balls. I hear them. Okay. You're loving the game. It's your favorite. I have an Elden Ring tattoo right here. It says tarnished, and then it's got a dew gem, which is one of the collectible items from the DLC. Oh. Queeline. Oh my god, Queeline. I am not about this life right now, Queeline. Oh. I hate this motherfucker. Can you be asleep? Can you go to sleep? Can you go to sleep? Can you go to sleep? Go to sleep. Fuck. Fuck. I hate Queeline. Again. DLC. Why DLC? Why do I have a DLC? Why? Why is the DLC cursing my run? Ugh. Maybe, can I just book it past Queeline? Like, I can't deal with him. Let's try that. I don't think that's gonna be any better, honestly. I hate Queeline so much. Hopefully, like Sekiro. Yeah, I want to get I want to get more into some of these things. Like, I have to finish Lies of P because unfortunately, when I was playing Lies of P, I was not too close to that. When I was playing Lies of P, I was also like still playing Elden Ring, and my brain just could not do the parrying of Lies of P and the dodging in this. My brain just couldn't do it. It was like just too much. It was like frying my brain. So I put Lies of P down temporarily, but I do really, really, really want to finish it, honestly. No, fuck! Can you fall off, please? Please fall off. Please fall off. Please fall off. I'm absolutely begging you, please. I hate this NPC! I hate this NPC so fucking much. I hate him. I don't even think I killed him in the DLC because he pissed me off that much. Oh, I hate this dude so much. He just rolls and stabs with his long-ass fucking flame spear. I hate him so much. So annoying. And the fact that he followed me on the lift, also very annoying. Let's see if I can make this time. Go. Alright, Queeline. Fuck you, dude. This is insane right now. And he just stands in the doorway too. So I can't even pass him, I don't think. Trying to think of what I would be, like what my flasks and stuff would be normally if I was here. This guy's a bitch. He really is frustrating. And I'm not just saying that because he keeps killing me. Genuinely, this guy pissed me off so bad, even in my playthrough when I was like level 250. Like, he's just an annoying dumb bitch character and I hate him. Like, he's so dodgy and rolly, and like he has like the spear. Yeah, see? And yeah, it's so ridiculous. And then I'm gonna have to pull this. I'm gonna have to wait for it to go down. He's gonna get me again. Yep. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to do this with this guy here. Yeah, Godwin's a really cool character. Okay. I don't know what else to do. I gotta get past him. Like, I've got to do something to him long enough for me to be able to get to the lift, because the fact that he followed me onto the lift is crazy. Usually the NPCs like have like a little bit of space, so they won't. Do I have an entangle equivalent? Web? No. No, I don't have anything that'll like stun him or lock him in place or anything, no. See, he's just so dodgy, like... Okay. Back up. Now run. Why are you not running? Okay, yeah, stay still is totally what I meant, actually. Oh. No! Why? Why did she I don't understand why she backstepped there. I don't understand why she backstepped there. I don't understand that. I don't understand why she went backwards. Like, why did we do that? Oh my god. Oh my god. This is the woes of using a fucking Bluetooth controller. I have to go through and I have to reset the lift again, so I have to let him kill me again. I hate this dude so much. I hate this dude so much. Well, without ruining anything for you. Wait, did he also die? Guys, he also fell and died. Amazing. He gone. He gone. He gone. By the way, is it Husky or Husky? But, yes, you, without spoiling anything, your questions may be answered in the DLC. It's definitely a little bit more Mikola heavy. Alright. Let's see who this is. Watch it be Fire Giant of the Full Moon. I'm gonna scream. It's another DLC boss. Why does this game hate me? Why does this game hate me? This is Romina. Why does this game hate me? Husky. Okay. Well, this is gonna be rough. Alright. I need to, like, get behind something to summon real quick. Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. I don't understand why I'm getting so many DLC bosses right now, like... Holy smokes. This arena is, like, way too, like, full right now. Like, this is not a fun place to fight this boss. Let me just say. That run back, yeah, but, what's his name is gone. So, it's just as long as I don't get hit by the ball, I'm fine. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Yeah, there was no dodging there, Key. Dodging was not an option. Ugh. So so it's Romina for phase 1, and then I still have to do her fucking phase 2 in, like, the moon. Jeez Louise. Okay. Okay. Let's summon him as soon as I get in. Okay. Ramana, you can... Ooh. Literally at the door, and she's like, die. Die. I mean, she also kind of gets a little stuck, too, so... can't see, I can't see! This arena is too full. I can't see. Yaga, thank you so much for the raid. Oh my gosh. How was Resident Evil? How was your birthday? How was stream? How are you? Oh my gosh. So, I've had like the most cursed run. I've had the most cursed run. I killed mom and dad. You lied to me. No, I said I couldn't remember. I only really remembered fighting him the one time. I said I could. Yeah, mom was the bugussy lady. Dad came back. I don't remember that. I honestly genuinely don't remember that. I remember that the bug lady was the bugussy. Oh, okay, yes. Yes. Okay, now I remember that like entire thing exists. Yes, you're right. You're right. You're right. I completely forgot that was him. I completely forgot that was him. I told you I played that whole thing in one sitting and it totally screwed with me. Yeah. The bugussy. Yes, it was her ussy had bugs. Her ussy had bugs. But yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I forgot that was him. You are right. I forgot that was him. I forgot that was him. I pushed so much of that game out of my memory. So I killed Radagon of Radagon. Radagon of Radagon. And now it's Romina. Yeah, so that's not very fun, if I'm being honest. Oh, my stuff's gonna start beeping because it's payday. Tried to blow you up. Is that the one where you have to do the tape? Is that the tape? But welcome in, raiders. I'm sure... Move out of the way, squirrel. I'm sure most of you already know who I am, but on the off chance there's somebody here who doesn't know who I am, or somebody's lurking, or if you just want to see the raid video again. Hello, hi, welcome in. My name is Krista, or Pinxel. Most people just call me Pink. I'm a variety streamer and I play whatever the heck I want. And that includes things like Lego games, Nintendo games, simulators, shooters, survival games, Souls-likes, and everything in between. You guys know the deal already. I have a really quick video that I like to show when I get a raid, just to see if this is someplace you want to hang out, get to know us, spend some time, see what we're about, what to expect, all that jazz. You won't miss anything, I promise. I won't enter the boss door until you are back. I'll see you in a moment. Hi there, friends. Are you a human being with disgusting bodily functions? Everyone comes here for the PPC, the peak poop content. I have poopies for you. I'm sorry that you didn't get to experience the butts. Look at that donk.
Why are you so excited for this?
And I died. Oopsies. You can't do anything with human meat, which is kind of boring. Put your clothes on. What if you just like collected a bunch of farts? My mom? Are you pooping? I'm a big girl. I do Mordors. No! You think he survived? This is literally... Let's go faster! I died. What do I do about this giant ball chasing me?
Chaos, come watch us.
I'm trying to make sure we don't die.
Why are you looking so close?
I wasn't. I just looked down and I could see it.
Oh my god.
He's still rolling.
Cannibal swinging at you, the moose is running laps around you. Don't give me that baby. Do you know where your children are? Will you show them to me, please, so I can beat them up? I don't like scary babies in video games. I don't like scary babies in real life. Maybe let's not say those things on my stream. Okay, have fun, bye! It'll save you hundreds of money on your car insurance by switching to doo-doo poo-poo. I'm trying to make the poop. Go, bees!
Bees!
Broken, get the bee!
Oh
It's
my
like hot
God.
dogs! What is happening?
Oh, I keep finding these boners.
You can have your very own Greg.
It's soup. It's soup. Where are the Vajuzhans?
I just want to be beautiful like her. I am Cat. I can help you. He's totally dead. He's just standing there. Just because I was supposed to move him.
I look like the kid from Stranger Things.
You can go anywhere on Twitch, and this is what you choose to do with your time.
Okay, game is done. Okay, thanks for coming.
Thank you for the raid, Yaga. I appreciate it. You could go anywhere on Twitch. And you chose to come here. Do you hate your chat that much? No, I'm kidding. How was stream other than mom and dad? Alright, let's do one of these. I don't think this is gonna do anything for me. Because this is an absolute bitch of an arena to be in for this boss. So... I, like, can't see anything. I can't see where she is, where she's going. Like, this is crazy. And then, like, she goes behind the bookcases. Wow. I couldn't even stand up. Can we go further into the room, please? Can we go further into the room, please? Wait, 5 hours. Nice. That's probably like your longest stream in forever. All the birthday wishes? Good. I'm glad people said happy birth. I waited like a good chunk of the day to hang out with you, and then I never heard back, so I was like, I'm just gonna stream, I guess, because I'm bored. Come on, there we go. Oh yeah, isn't there... I think there's a ladder. I was asleep and did chores by driving around to get B-Day Fweebies. No, I'm just saying, like, that's why I ended up streaming, because I, like, waited for you for a good chunk of the day, and then I was like, I'm just gonna stream. Oh my god! Why are you here? How'd that hit me? Oh, Jesus Christ. That actually scared the piss out of me. This is where I want to go. I want to go right here. Yeah. Okay, open this door. Dinner plans went to shit 3 separate times. That's no fun. Let's see the item checks up here. Woo! Get out of the death blight, you fucking idiot. Okay, let's see what this is. Living Stone 3. Wonderful. And by wonderful, I mean not at all. Where does this go? Where does this go? Oh, Dragonheart. Why want to let me Pokecatch? Are you not doing the command? Or are you just not catching? Because sometimes you just, like, don't catch. Like, sometimes it's just bad luck and you just don't catch. Alright, we need to get, like, I somehow need to get her further into the arena because this is just not working. And I still have no physic. Come on, let's go further into the room. Come on. Further into the room. Oh, shit. I can't keep track of her tail because of all the stuff everywhere. Does she sleep, I wonder? Oh, I can't even target her. There we go. Okay, let's go here. Missing all my shots because she's behind the bookshelf. God. Dude, I can't hit her. She's behind all the bookshelves and shit. I was so far enough back. I was so far enough back. That is such bullshit. Alright, I need to not get hit. I need a physic. I need a physic. Like, there's gotta be a physic tier somewhere. Like, someone has to have it. Beach?
Babe Yaga Witch just
Babe
resubscribed
Yaga
for
Witch.
25 months. Beach.
Beach. 25 months? That's like 2 years. That's crazy. Thank you, Yaga. I appreciate it. That's crazy that it's really been that long. We have a toddler. Ew. Ew. I know. I know. There are some people that are about to hit like 3 years and 4 years. Like, what the heck? You guys need to make better choices with your life and your time and your money. Excuse me. Yaga, when are you going to bed? I almost just died. Maybe that's not the best place to go. Maybe down here. In a little bit. Oh, okay. Okay. Because I was gonna say we could Monster Hunter after I end stream. But if you're going to bed, I will just keep streaming. Alright, I need to go around, but like, how around? Totally forgot it's the weekend. It's 3:30 in the morning. Why would I would still be live. Speaking of which, yeah, I realistically should probably call it. I think that the majority of people are getting ready to go to the eats. And I shouldn't completely screw up my sleep schedule. Like, totally. Hit me up when I awaken? No. Ew, why would I do that? Why would I do that? You have to change your sheets. I just changed mine. Yeah. No, thank you. Not interested in the hands. Oh, this isn't even where I need to go? Ah! There it is. No shot! That was too far. No shot. No shot. That was too far. Bullshit. Bullshit. Oh wait, doesn't this go there? Yeah, doesn't this go over there? What art book? This is gonna be too far for sure. Yeah. Oh, for Monster Hunter. I wonder where, like... Isn't there a teleporter that brings you over there? I feel like there is. I feel like there's a teleporter that should bring me over there, and I'm just drawing a blank. Oh, no. This is literally where I wanted to be. Nice. Amazing. Amazing. This is exactly where I wanted to be. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, let's go see what this fucking merchant has here. And then maybe we'll call it. I'm not tired, though, which kind of sucks. Even though, like... I didn't sleep all day, which I normally do on the weekends. So I don't know why I'm not tired, but I'm not really tired. But I should probably not stream all night. Alright, I just want to see what this merchant has. Whoever you are, you need to knock it off. Okay. What do we have? What do we have? Please give me a physic tier. Please give me a physic tier. Dragon Cult Prayer Book. Still does not help me. Listen, merchant guy, I'm actually begging for you to please have something good. Please. Have a great rune. Have a fucking physic tier.
What do you need? I don't want any
First of all, give me your bell bearing. Now. Okay, a golden seed. Golden seed is good. Golden seed is good. I will take his golden seed, but not right this second. Ooh, wait. Are you okay? Ooh. Can you buy from the merchant and then also buy when you give it to the twin husks? I've been wanting to play Rise or try to finish Iceborne and Worlds. I just keep doing other stuff. Yeah. I literally have only played Worlds once with Yaga. I played Rise like twice or so. I'll get around to finishing them. I don't want to sell everything because like I feel like I'm gonna need stuff. Okay, whatever. All right. Yeah, be on your way then. Yep, I gotcha. Bellum Church, which heads up to the Grand Lift. All right, let's at least get to just unlock the lift because I can't use it yet. Made good progress in Worlds, so when we play again, it shouldn't be as much of an issue to co-op. Well, like, I still have to do all of the stuff before I can invite you. Plus, it wasn't really an issue to co-op because you could just blast through your quests and then I was the one struggling. Holy shit. Holy shit. Can you... Why did we stand still, though? Oh my god, that frustrates me so much. I'm literally spamming B to, like, run. And you just sit there in one place. Actually crazy. Actually crazy. Mini descriptions for what we're hunting. It's funny. Ugh. A rune arc. You know, it'd be super cool if this game, like, gave me stuff I actually needed. Alright, let me see if I can do another flask. Oh, what do you have to say?
Shall I shed? Can the earth tree become to wallow?
Blah, 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 blah. I still have 2 spell slots. Like, what the hell? I have no physic tears. Alright, let's go back to... Guess we'll go to round table and we'll call it. It is 3:30 in the morning after all. Oh, wait, no, we're about to get invaded by Ensha. Hold on. But it's not gonna be Ensha. It's gonna be... It is Ensha. Wait, what? Seriously, back off, bitch. Back off, bitch! Why did Ensha raid us now? I thought that only happens after... I thought that only happens after the Erd tree, but I guess not. I guess it happens when you get to the lift. That's interesting. Okay, I have one less moida for the road. Exactly. I actually have, yeah, I have this. So that will give me... That will give me some stuff here. some runes to level up with. Use. Yes. Level up. Let's give myself... Yeah, we'll do that. So my spells will go up a little bit more. Alright, what does that leave me with? 477. Alright, let's give... Why is this not open yet? Yeah, why is that not open yet? I don't know if I've sent you to babies. I don't know.
Oh, your divinity, have mercy and grant me forgiveness. Road is yet
Can I go down here yet?
God is not easily felled.
Oh, I don't have stuff. Hold on. That's fine. Wait, where's Nepheli? Wild's the new mount is like a raptor. Interesting.
Queen America.
I can't even. I'm not even gonna use that. Oh my god. Okay. So I'm pretty sure when you buy it in the merchant, it's gone. Like you can't buy it again when they get it. That'd be super sweet, but super cheaty. I might get that. I don't know. I want another physic instead. Might get that one too. 3,000. Damn. I'm so pow. Three stone sword keys in this one though. That's crazy. Alright. Alright. This is where I'm gonna call it. I'm not even sure I'm gonna raid out because I kinda like just wanna get back in bed and watch more House. You sent I heard my phone. I heard my phone go ding ding. Ding 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 dong. What the what is going on? Dude, when my shit crashed earlier, it like made everything crash. That's crazy. All right, guys, let me see. Let me see who's on. Sons of the Forest, really? Guys, you're a little late. You're a little late to the you're a little late to the party there. Is there anyone playing Elden Ring that doesn't have a billion viewers? All right, let's see who's on for my team. What is she playing? She's co-working and studying. She's not even there. Just got her stream up. Damn. Okay. Well, I guess we'll raid this person. Cherry Blossom Shinobi. They are a fellow firekeeper. Hot Topic has a cute pink Sailor Moon sweater that made me think of you. Send it to me. I'll probably end up buying it, honestly. All right. Maybe they were into the raft patch. I don't know. All right, but let's go raid Cherry Blossom Shinobi. They are a fellow firekeeper, so make sure you use this. This one, this one, this one, this one, please. This one, please. This one, this one. But yeah, I should be live tomorrow unless everything goes to shit like has been happening lately. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Go give this new person some love. And yeah, thanks for spending your Saturday night with me. I appreciate you all.